A nation bids farewell. Jimmy Carter's state funeral unites leaders and honors his lasting legacy. On January 9th, 2025, the United States paused to honor one of its most cherished leaders, former President Jimmy Carter, during a state funeral held at the Washington National Cathedral. At 99 years old, Carter's passing marked the end of an extraordinary life defined by humility, service, and an unwavering commitment to the betterment of humanity. The ceremony brought together world leaders, dignitaries, and citizens alike, creating a powerful moment of unity and reflection. A life celebrated. Jimmy Carter's state funeral was a fitting tribute to a man who devoted his life to public service and humanitarian causes. Current and former presidents, including Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Barack Obama, George W. Bush, and Bill Clinton, joined international leaders to pay their respects. President Joe Biden led the service with a heartfelt eulogy, reflecting on Carter's legacy as a leader who believed in diplomacy, integrity, and compassion. Jimmy Carter didn't just serve as a president, Biden remarked. He embodied what it means to serve humanity. Carter's grandson, Jason Carter, shared poignant anecdotes that captured the essence of his grandfather's character. He taught us that greatness isn't measured by wealth or power, but by kindness, humility, and the willingness to help those in need, Jason said. Jimmy Carter's final words. During the ceremony, a deeply moving revelation was shared about Carter's final moments. According to his family, Carter spent his last days surrounded by loved ones, reflecting on his life and the principles he held dear. His final words encapsulated his philosophy of service. Love and serve one another. This is how we find true peace. The simplicity and power of his words resonated with those in attendance, reminding the nation of Carter's enduring commitment to unity and compassion. A moment of unity. The state funeral provided a rare glimpse of bipartisanship as political figures set aside their differences to honor Carter's memory. Former presidents Barack Obama and Donald Trump, often at odds, were seen engaging in brief yet cordial conversation. The sight of the two exchanging words drew significant attention, symbolizing the bridging of divides in the spirit of the occasion. Their interaction, though short, served as a poignant reminder of Carter's ability to inspire dialogue and cooperation, even in a polarized political climate. A legacy rooted in service. Jimmy Carter's life story is one of remarkable achievements that extended far beyond his presidency. Born in Plains, Georgia in 1924, Carter rose from humble beginnings to serve as the 39th President of the United States from 1977 to 1981. During his presidency, Carter prioritized human rights and diplomacy, most notably brokering the Camp David Accords between Israel and Egypt. Despite facing domestic challenges, his moral leadership set a standard for future generations. After leaving office, Carter dedicated himself to humanitarian work, founding the Carter Center with his wife, Rosalind. Their efforts to combat diseases, promote democracy, and build homes for the underprivileged earned Carter a Nobel Peace Prize in 2002. Tributes pour in. The impact of Carter's life was evident in the tributes shared by leaders worldwide. Former President Bill Clinton praised Carter as a champion of peace and justice. George W. Bush described him as a man of extraordinary faith and resolve, while Barack Obama hailed him as a moral compass for our nation. International leaders, including United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres, emphasized Carter's contributions to global humanitarian efforts. President Carter's legacy transcends borders, Guterres said. His work reminds us of the power of compassion and the importance of fighting for a better world. The final journey. Following the state funeral, Carter's body was transported to Plains, Georgia, for a private burial. The small town that shaped his values and outlook on life became the final resting place for both Carter and his beloved wife, Rosalind, who passed away just weeks before him. Plains residents gathered to pay their respects, creating a heartfelt farewell for the man who never forgot his roots. In a symbolic gesture, local Habitat for Humanity volunteers wore their work gear, honoring Carter's decades of commitment to building homes for those in need. Carrying the torch forward. The Carter Center announced plans to expand its initiatives in honor of Carter's memory. These efforts will focus on continuing his work in global health, conflict resolution, and election monitoring. Jason Carter, now a prominent figure in the center, vowed to uphold his grandfather's legacy. President Carter's vision for a more compassionate and equitable world remains our guiding light, he said. A nation reflects. For many, Jimmy Carter's passing is not just the loss of a former president, but the end of an era. His humility, faith, and unwavering belief in the power of service have left an indelible mark on the nation's collective conscience. As the nation reflects on Carter's life, his final words, "Love and serve one another," serve as a poignant call to action. They remind Americans of the values that bind them together, even in times of division. Conclusion. Jimmy Carter's funeral was more than a farewell. It was a celebration of a life dedicated to lifting others. From his time in the White House to his humanitarian work, Carter embodied the best of what it means to serve. As his legacy lives on through the Carter Center and the countless lives he touched, the nation bids him farewell with gratitude and hope. In the words of President Biden, Jimmy Carter may have left us in body, but his spirit will guide us for generations to come.